Okay, hi everybody. Hey, today I wanted to do a video on long-term ammunition storage. And before I get going on everything, um, a couple YouTube channels you should check out. One is Iraq Veteran 8888. Very knowledgeable on firearms and ammunition. Check him out. He has some things he has to say about long-term storage. Check out Such Double Ott. And he has some input on long-term storage. Those guys are very knowledgeable, so check them out. Ammunition is expensive, so do a little background checking on this stuff before you go along with some of the things I'm saying today. And I'm going to put those video links in the description, so you can go to them. Anyway, Saturday. Now, I've been thinking about ammunition storage for quite a while. And Saturday this is Sunday today, and Saturday I got all my ammo out. It was a mess. It was absolute chaos. Things were in boxes. It was what it was just humiliating almost. So I wanted to kind of figure out how I wanted to store stuff. And it took me a while to think about it, but I came up with this right here. And the way I want to store my ammo is I have some self-defense ammo, expensive. I don't take it to the range very often. I want to store that one way. Then I have range ammo. I'm going to store that a little different. But today I want to talk about long-term storage because I want to store some long-term. Now, as far as long-term storage and range, there's I think it's pretty common to put things in an ammo can. And typical ammo can, a lot of them are metal, and I think those are the best ones. These are plastic. But, have a rubber gasket up here. The whole point is to keep the elements out, keep critters out, that kind of stuff. So putting them in ammo cans is a pretty typical way to store them. Some guys use a food saver for long-term storage, and I think what I've caught from Iraq Veteran 888 and Such is that basically keep the elements out, keep it in moderate temperatures, keep humidity away from it, just keep them dry. Keep them drying in a moderate temperature, and I think you're pretty good, even if you just store them in an ammo can. But working in an engineering office, I got to make things difficult and hard. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put up some long-term storage for my ammo the same way I do long-term food storage. And so that will involve bucket, and it's going to involve 5-gallon Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, gotta have those guys, and some Gamma Seal lids. And so these are the items that you're going to need. And the Gamma Seal lids come with a collar. I've already done it on this one, but you put the collar on, get a good old rubber mallet, pound it on. Once you put the collar on for good, can't take it off. And then that gives a collar for the Gamma, for the lid to actually screw onto. And this lid has a gasket right here. So I mean, this is a pretty hefty way for long-term ammo storage. Kind of a little bit of a bother. So I think if you go just the ammo can route, you're probably fine. Because of the expense involved in ammo, and off and on it's been scarce, I think I'm going to go this way. And to give you an idea on the cost, Gamma Seal lids, they run about $7 each. These buckets run about $3 to $5. You don't need food grade buckets for ammo. And the bags and the Gamma Seal, the bags and the oxygen absorbers, you can get 20 for about, or you can get, I think you get 10. And the bags and the oxygen absorbers come together, 10 for about $20. So that's about, $2 each to go in here. So, and let me clear this stuff off for a sec. So I'm not going to show you me pouring the ammo in and all that stuff, but I want to show you how to get set up. The first thing you do, get your bucket out. Kind of put your bag on the inside, and you make a mark about 6 inches or so above the top of the bucket. So kind of like that. And what I do is I like to make a nice clean cut on these Mylar bags. So I'll put kind of my steel straight edge down, right? Get a box knife and just run along the side, and you can trim this part off. You don't need so much in these small 3.5 gallon buckets that I'm using for ammunition. So simply trim it up, put the Mylar bag inside the bucket, fill it with your ammunition. And once you do that, you're ready to seal it. Now before I get into how to seal it and things, let me go over some of the stuff I'm using. First thing is this. Now I picked this up for about 80 bucks off of Amazon, and this is specifically for sealing Mylar bags, and I'm going to show you how to use this. It's about 80 bucks. Now if you're on a tight budget, not a big deal. You don't need to use this. You can use an iron. And you simply, the only difference between this and an iron is it's a little more clumsy to use, and you do have to press a little hard on the iron. Make sure if you're using an iron, you know, you're giving a little oomph when you're pressing on it, and you need to hold it for about, well, you need to iron back and forth until you can start seeing the Mylar seal, and you want to test that seal after you do it. This heats up really hot, and you only have to hold it for about 3 seconds. So, and I'm going to show you how to use this. And these are a little tricky, and I'm going to talk about how to use those. And I'm going to come back in a few minutes, and I'm going to show you how to, and what you're going to see is, I don't want to take time to do it on the video, but what you're going to see is the Mylar bag in here, partly sealed. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to toss the oxygen absorber in, and I'm going to seal it up, and that'll be the final thing we need to do to store this ammo for good. And hey, be back in a few minutes. Okay, hey, we're back. I went ahead and did some sealing already with this. You can see I've sealed along the Mylar bag here, and I left a little opening on the end for the oxygen absorber and the silica that's going in. I didn't talk about those much, but when you do this part, you got to work really fast, because these guys are the oxygen absorbers, and if they hit the air, they immediately start absorbing oxygen. So work quick when you use these things. And these usually come, when you order your Mylar bags, these come with them. So I couldn't tell you how much these are individually, you know, or separately, because when you order these guys, they usually throw in these with them. This is unique to ammo. This is silica. This is desiccant. This absorbs any kind of moisture that might be in here when you use the oxygen absorbers, and everything gets sucked down. So you want to definitely put these in. This is not something I would use in my food. I don't think it would hurt the food, but you know, anyway, I just wouldn't put them in with the food. That's for sure. So I'm going to dump, and this is just totally arbitrary. I usually put about 4 of these guys in a 3.5 gallon bucket like this. think I said 4, right?
And you ordered those off of Amazon.
Yeah, these I got off of Amazon, and they aren't like the oxygen absorbers. These guys, I would put them in a plastic bag, but you don't have to worry about it, the reaction that these guys have. And we're always real careful with these guys. Just because they lose their efficiency, you know, when we're doing food long-term storage, we want to keep these guys in a bag all the time. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open this up real quick, take one out, dump it in the little part that I didn't seal. I always leave a little chunk here, because I don't want to take time sealing this when the oxygen absorber goes in. So I'm going to dump this in, close it up, and push as much air out as I can. I can feel the air coming out now. Then I'll bring it back up and seal it. Okay? Because these work really hard. They'll take, you don't want a lot of air in here to make these guys work harder. They can only absorb so much air. So what I'm going to do, open this up, reseal this, push the air out. Okay. Take this, and I think this is what cc is this?
2000.
2000 cc, and this is good for a 5-gallon bucket, and this is 3.5, so it's going to work good. Then I'm going to push it down, get as much air out of there as I can. Then I just have this little chunk to seal up, and I'll show you how to use this guy right here. And this is where an iron might not be a real good choice. But take this, grab it like that. This is really hot, so be careful. And I get it on there, and I give it a good squish for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, that's good.
And it's hot.
And it is, it's hot. So you can see, this is kind of what the inside looks like. Now, over about 24 hours, this stuff sucks down to where it looks like it's not exactly a vacuum seal, but if you put enough of these guys in there, if I probably put another 2 or 3 oxygen absorbers in there, you could get a vacuum seal in this thing. But this will take the majority of the oxygen out. With the silica in there, it's dry, very dry. Now, on top of that, you grab the lid and put it on. And pretty much you got an environment for ammo that is out of the weather. If you wanted to transport this on a rainy day and throw it in the back of your truck, no problem. With the rubber seal on this lid, and as tight as you can get it in the Mylar bag, it's out of the weather. Get a leak in your roof, or a pipe bust, your ammo's okay. And I think that's it. I think your ammo's going to be good. So this is how I'm doing it. Oh, one other thing, I've seen guys use food savers and stuff, vacuum seal ammo. I think it's a good idea. The thing I didn't like about that so much is the volume. You could only do a little in the food saver, not as much as this. And so we went this route. So anyway, hey, till next time, see you later.